Today, we're diving into the world of automotive myths, those tidbits of wisdom that even your uncle with 50 years behind the wheel swears by. We're tackling everything from the kind of fuel that actually makes your engine purr to the age-old debate between manual and automatic transmissions. Get ready to question everything you thought you knew about cars, because some of these revelations might just change the way you drive forever. Myth 1: more expensive fuel equals better performance. Many drivers assume that using premium fuel will automatically enhance their car's performance. After all, it's more expensive, so it must be better, right? Well, no. Each fuel type has an octane rating, which measures the fuel's ability to resist knocking or pinging during combustion. Most everyday vehicles are engineered to run efficiently on regular unleaded gasoline, typically rated at 87 octane. High-performance engines might require mid-grade, 89 octane, or premium, 91 to 93 octane. The truth is, unless your owner's manual specifically requires it, buying premium gas is generally unnecessary and doesn't improve performance or fuel efficiency. Many people mistakenly believe that premium fuel cleans the engine or provides more power for all cars. In standard engines, it doesn't offer any additional horsepower, improve mileage, or make your car run smoother, and the cleaning benefits are typically minor unless your car's engine is built to use premium. Let's shift gears and talk about size. Is bigger really better? Myth 2: bigger cars are always safer in accidents. This is a common belief. Many think that if you drive a large SUV or truck, you're automatically safer in a crash. While size does play a role in safety, the reality is more complicated. Larger vehicles generally have more mass and a higher ride height, which can translate to better protection in some collision types. For instance, in a head-on collision, a bigger vehicle might absorb more impact energy, potentially reducing injury risk. That's why, in some crash tests, large SUVs score well, like their ability to shield occupants from smaller vehicles and objects. But here's the catch: modern safety tech matters more than sheer size. Features like collision avoidance systems, adaptive cruise control, lane keeping assist, and automatic emergency braking can drastically reduce the likelihood of crashes. A small, well-equipped sedan with top-tier safety features often beats an old, massive SUV that lacks modern tech. Organizations like IHS and NHTSA conduct crash tests that measure a vehicle's safety. Some tiny hatchbacks score top safety ratings because they include advanced safety systems, while some large SUVs may falter due to structural issues or lack of tech. Insurance and safety studies show that while bigger vehicles can be safer in certain scenarios, the overall safety depends heavily on vehicle age, safety features, driver habits, and maintenance. But before you get behind the wheel, have you ever wondered if warming up the engine before driving is necessary? Myth 3: cars need to warm up before driving. This myth has been around for decades, stemming from the days of carburetor engines and older technology. The idea was that you should let your car idle for a few minutes to warm up the engine, especially in cold weather, before hitting the road. But is that actually necessary with modern vehicles? Spoiler alert: not really. Older cars used carburetors, which mixed air and fuel before combustion. These engines relied on warm-up periods, because cold engines could experience rough idling, stalling, or poor fuel mixture. In those days, letting the engine warm up was a good practice. You'd idle for 5 to 10 minutes in winter to prevent stalling and to ensure smooth operation. Today, nearly all cars are built with electronic fuel injection, which precisely meters fuel and air into the engine, making warm-up time largely obsolete. Modern engines are designed to reach optimal operating temperature quickly, usually within a few minutes of driving. Extended idling can even cause unnecessary engine wear, because the engine isn't operating under the ideal heat and oil flow conditions. It's just running cold. In extremely cold climates, it's still wise to let your car warm up briefly to ensure hydraulic systems, power steering, brakes, and fluids get flowing. Overall, you should start your vehicle, give it 30 seconds to a minute to stabilize, then drive gently at first. This lets the engine warm up naturally. Use your car's temperature gauge as a guide. Once it hits the normal operating temperature, you're good to go. But how about shifting gears? Is driving manual still the best way to save fuel? If you learned something so far, make sure to hit that subscribe button and get me to 15 subscribers. Don't forget to leave a like. Myth 4: manual cars are more fuel efficient. This is a popular belief that's been around for years. People say that driving a manual transmission saves you money at the pump. While that might have been true decades ago, the truth today is much different. In the past, manual transmissions were simpler, lighter, and often more efficient. Because automatics were less advanced, drivers could control engine RPMs more precisely, often leading to better fuel economy if driven skillfully. Plus, manual transmissions typically had fewer components, which meant less mechanical loss, and they were cheaper to manufacture and repair. Recent advancements in automatic transmission technology have largely erased the fuel efficiency gap. Today's automatic gearboxes, like the CVTs and dual-clutch automatics, are designed for optimal fuel economy. These systems can shift gears faster and more efficiently than even the most skilled manual driver, maintaining engine operation at its most efficient RPMs. The key to manual efficiency depended heavily on the driver's skill, optimal shifting, avoiding riding the clutch, and proper acceleration. An inexperienced driver might unintentionally shift poorly, causing higher fuel consumption than an automatic transmission doing its job. Automatics are generally more convenient, especially in traffic-heavy areas, reducing driver fatigue and allowing more consistent, efficient driving. Manuals are often more fun to drive and can give a sense of control, but they're not inherently more economical, with most modern cars' tech advancements. Now, what about that flashy red car? Myth 5: red cars get more tickets. You've probably heard it before. Drive a red car and you'll be pulled over more often or get more speeding tickets. But is there truth to this colorful stereotype? The idea that red cars attract more tickets likely stems from their visibility and association with sportiness or aggressive driving. Red cars tend to stand out on the road, so their drivers might be more noticeable. Interestingly, studies and insurance data show that car color does not significantly influence the likelihood of getting a ticket. For example, a comprehensive analysis by Automotive researchers found that the frequency of tickets or citations isn't statistically higher for red cars compared to blue, black, or white cars. Some drivers believe they're more likely to get a ticket in a red car as a self-fulfilling prophecy, leading them to drive more aggressively or nervously, which ironically could increase their chances of being pulled over. Myth 6: you must change your oil every 3,000 miles. This one's probably the most enduring automotive myth out there. Many of us grew up hearing that you need to change your engine oil every 3,000 miles, or else your engine will seize, fail, or just give up entirely. But is that really true? Let's dig into the facts. The 3,000-mile rule originated in the 1960s and 1970s when engine oils were less advanced and cars had simpler, less durable designs. Oil degradation was faster, and engine materials weren't as refined. Car manufacturers, mechanics, and oil companies all had a vested interest in promoting more frequent oil changes, partly as a way to boost service revenue. Today's engines and oils are a huge leap forward. High-quality synthetic oils, combined with advances in engine design and tighter manufacturing tolerances, mean that oil stays effective much longer. Most automakers now recommend oil change intervals of 5,000 to 10,000 miles, depending on driving habits and conditions. Organizations like the American Petroleum Institute and the Society of Automotive Engineers recommend following the manufacturer's guidelines, which are based on rigorous testing. Many newer vehicles have oil life monitoring systems that alert drivers when an oil change is actually needed, taking the guesswork out of fixed mileage intervals. For older, conventional oils and older vehicles, sticking to the 3,000-mile rule might still be reasonable. For most modern cars with synthetic oils and updated engine components, these intervals can comfortably stretch to 5,000, 7,500, or even 10,000 miles. This brings us to another stereotype that's stuck around longer than it should. Myth 7. Electric cars are slow and boring. This myth is still floating around despite the rapid advancements in electric vehicle EV technology. Many people picture EVs as silent, underpowered golf carts, not performance machines. But that couldn't be further from the truth. Early electric cars from the 1990s and early 2000s were indeed slow and lacked excitement. Old models like the GM EV1 and some small neighborhood EVs had limited acceleration and top speeds. Media and movies often portrayed EVs as quiet, insipid transportation, more suited for errands than for thrill seekers. What's changed, you may ask? Unlike internal combustion engines, electric motors deliver maximum torque instantly from 0 RPM. This means EVs can accelerate faster than many traditional sports cars. Today, EV manufacturers like Tesla, Porsche, and Lucid produce vehicles that rival or surpass petrol-powered sports cars. For example, the Tesla Model S Plaid can accelerate from 0 to 60 miles per hour in 2.1 seconds, faster than some supercars. Many EVs boast top speeds exceeding 155 miles per hour, with some limited editions hitting over 200 miles per hour. EVs tend to have a lower center of gravity due to their heavy batteries mounted on the floor, which improves stability and cornering ability. But not all EVs are fast. Entry-level EVs like the Nissan Leaf or basic commuter models are designed for efficiency and affordability, not speed. But let's steer away from speed and talk legality. Myth 8. Driving barefoot is illegal. You've probably heard it before. Some folks say driving barefoot is against the law. The idea is that it's dangerous or illegal. But is that actually true? Let's clear up this misconception once and for all. The myth likely originated because some people associate barefoot driving with recklessness or a lack of safety. Also, in the age of countless traffic laws and safety regulations, it's easy to assume something so unconventional might be illegal, but it's not. Driving barefoot is legal in all 50 states. There are no federal or state laws that specifically prohibit it. Safety-wise, it's generally safe, but not always advisable. Driving barefoot gives you better pedal feel and control, which can help in emergency braking situations. However, some experts argue that certain footwear, like flip-flops, high heels, or loose sandals, can slip off, catching your foot or causing delayed pedal response. Myth 9. Four-wheel drive is invincible on ice. Many people believe that if they have a four-wheel drive 4WD or all-wheel drive AWD vehicle, they can drive confidently on ice and snow, thinking it makes them invincible. Four-wheel drive and all-wheel drive vehicles are often advertised as superior or more capable, especially in rough weather. The marketing hype, combined with their rugged appearance, feeds into the idea that they're unstoppable. During winter, many drivers see others happily barreling along snowy roads, reinforcing the false perception that all-wheel drive means no slipping or sliding. Four-wheel drive and all-wheel drive systems improve traction by distributing power to all four wheels, making it easier to get moving and reduce wheel spin. They are excellent for muddy, uneven terrain, or regular winter conditions where some grip is available. But traction isn't everything. Four-wheel drive doesn't help with steering or stopping. Those depend on tires, road conditions, and driver behavior. Also, no matter how many wheels are powered, if the road surface is icy, the risk of slipping, skidding, or losing control remains high. Many drivers with four-wheel drive believe they can accelerate faster or brake later, which is dangerous. Overconfidence can lead to reckless driving on icy roads. Good winter tires with proper tread are what's really essential for safe driving on ice, Myth 10. Convertibles are less safe than hardtop cars. Many people think that when you opt for a convertible, you're sacrificing safety for style and fun in the sun. But that belief is not backed by facts. Historically, some older convertibles had weaker structural integrity because their design lacked a permanent roof, which is vital for crash safety. Noisy, flimsy designs or poorly built models in the past contributed to the stereotype that convertibles are inherently unsafe. Today's convertibles are engineered with safety in mind. They feature high-strength rollover protection bars, reinforced frames, and advanced crash-absorbing materials. According to recent data and crash testing by organizations like IIHS and NHTSA, many modern convertibles score comparable safety ratings to similar coupe or sedan models. For example, top luxury convertibles like the BMW Z4 or Mercedes-Benz SLC receive high crash test scores thanks to reinforced structures and safety tech. Convertibles do have a higher rollover risk compared to closed cars because they lack a fixed roof structure. However, modern models mitigate this risk with active rollover protection systems that deploy roll bars or safety nets if they detect a rollover is imminent. And there you have it. 11 car myths busted wide open. If you learned something new today, smash that like button. And don't forget to subscribe for more myth-busting, auto tips, and all things vehicular. Got a myth we didn't cover? Drop it in the comments. I love a good debate. Thanks for watching, stay safe, and I'll see you in the next video.